Alright, so I'm right now using my Weber kettle, 22.5 inch. I'm smoking a leg of lamb here. Um, as you can see, I've been doing it for a little bit. At 142 degrees. To do a rare, it's about a 145 degree temp. I'm going for more of a well to medium well ish, so it'd be about 165 is my target temperature. Look at my temperature here, sitting at about 260-ish, 265-ish. I had a little trouble with that when I first started, and you can see I've got my top vent mostly closed. Bottom is almost all the way closed. It's a little breezy. I don't know if you can see the smoke. It's pretty breezy out. And when I first started cooking this, it had been on here for about an hour and a half, and it could not get the temperature to get below 300. It's actually sat at about 315, 320 for a little bit, and then dropped back down. Finally, I've gotten it to a marginal temperature here. I wanted to try and keep this cook at around 250 to 275, mainly because I wanted to cook it slow enough to be ready by dinner tonight, and not too fast that I would have maybe dried out the lamb or something like that. This is the first time I've done lamb on my kettle. The last time we did it was in a crock pot, but I don't know if I prepared it right. The rub that I used was a fresh ground pepper, salt, granulated garlic, granulated onion, some ground thyme, and some tarragon. And I just rubbed that all on with some olive oil. Let it sit overnight in a food saver bag, so it got some good marinade time there. But the reason why I don't know if I prepped it right was because I had used I kind of treat it like you treat normal meats, and had let it go, or I trimmed off the fat, took off some of the membrane and stuff like that. And I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not with leg of lamb. Most everybody I've seen has actually cooked it pretty much as is, bought from the store. So I don't know. We'll see. See how it turns out. The other thing I did was in a drip pan there. Instead of just putting water, I put vegetable broth, chopped up some celery, chopped up carrots, chopped an onion in there, threw some granulated garlic, and some cooking wine in there. So we'll see how that turns out, and I'm letting the flat drippings drip down into there, just to see how that turns out. We got some brown rice going, so gonna use that broth as like a gravy for the rice. So yeah, and then I also put some little knife holes in it, and stuffed in those holes some garlic, and a few of them, and a couple more I stuffed rosemary, fresh rosemary, and then a couple others I stuffed in some fresh thyme. So we'll see how this all turns out here. Come back in a little bit and take a look. I don't want to pull the lid off. Like I said, it's breezy out here. It's hard enough to keep the temperature down. Pulling the lid off will just cause a nice big flare up, and not necessarily of flames, but the temperature will shoot right up. That's one of the reasons why temperature control is so hard with these. I have so much trouble, at least with these things. But this is my first charcoal grill, and I've only had it for a few months, so I'm slowly learning. But we'll come back and maybe pull the lid off in a little bit. Alright, so we're about 3 hours into this cook. The meat temperature is at 154 here. Finally got the temperature to be controllable here with holding steady, just over 250 here. So we'll go ahead and pop the lid off and take a look here and see what we got going on. Oh yeah, that looks good right there. Got some applewood in there smoking. So we'll see how things hold out here. Like I said, I want to get in there at about maybe 165. I think should hold steady there. And we'll check back again a little bit later. So there you go. So right at 4 hours, 163. Bumped up the temperature to 300. It dropped back down to 250. So I think the coals are probably charcoal burned out. But go ahead and take this guy off here. All right. So let's see how we're gonna do this here. Okay, there we go. Those burn out and take it inside. Alright, so pulled it off, pulled the temperature probe out, and leaving it wrapped up. Gonna leave it wrapped up for about 20 minutes and come back and serve it. Get everything else ready.